A ko New Karakau.
Kia ora, e te mana whakawāhuri no te whare nei e mia te kia koutou katoa. Mr. Speaker, before I begin, I want to just acknowledge the passing of a rangatira from Kaitahu, a rangatira from Rapaki o Te Raki Whakaputa, and Sir, he was the first cousin of a late member of this House, the Honourable Ben Riwai Couch. Mr. Speaker, I want to acknowledge the passing of Dudley John Couch, who actually was a really big leader, particularly within Rapaki, the small village on Banks Peninsula. Nō reira, e anko e haere atu rā ki te pāta whakawairua, e takato mai, e moi mai. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to speak on the second reading of the Māori Purposes Bill, the second reading, and just to cover the Māori Affairs Select Committee process, and particularly around the submissions. The Māori Affairs Committee, sir, considered this bill very, very carefully, and we received 225 submissions in total, including a number of form submissions, and we heard 20 submitters, sir. We went to Gisborne to actually do that. Sir, as the Chair of the Māori Affairs Select Committee, I want to focus on the submissions and the resulting changes we have recommended be made to this bill. The bill, sir, as originally drafted, would have limited the jurisdiction of the Māori Land Court over the affairs of the Wipere Trust. So in most cases, we think this change is justified, and we recommend that the High Court continue to have jurisdiction over disputes relating to the administration and the governance of the trust. There was a concern, though, from some submitters that this would make the process prohibitively expensive. However, we were comfortable that only very serious matters unable to be resolved through the Trust's constitutional dispute resolution procedures would end up before the High Court. So we were comfortable with that. Sir, we did think a change, though, was warranted in the settlement of linear disputes, and particularly around whakapapa. So the Māori Land Court has particular expertise in these type of issues, and we all know that. So we recommended, sir, moving the responsibility of lineal descent disputes back to the Māori Land Court. There were also some concerns raised with us, sir, about the difficulty of beneficiaries had in influencing board decisions and the lack of accountability the board had to the beneficiaries. So, to combat this concern, we have recommended that the Trust Board's constitution be reviewed within 5 years of the new Act coming into force, and we also recommend changes that would allow beneficiaries to propose changes to the constitution of the new board through special resolution. Around the composition of the board, we have also recommended an amendment to ensure that the Trust Board comprises of at least 5 members, but no more than 7. This will ensure, sir, the minimum quorum is 3, removing the possibility that a situation could arise where the quorum was only 2. We have also recommended a minor change to Clause 6.2 of the Schedule 1, which would add the word materially to clarify the effect of the clause that requires disclosure of board members' interests in business before the Trust Board. We've also recommended, sir, another clarification which ensures that decisions at board meetings must be rather than may and be decided by simple majority of the members present. We have also made recommendations which will ensure that there are no adverse and unattended tax consequences of establishing the new incorporated trust board and the resulting transfer of trusts, assets and liabilities. And this is just one point that we have seen in a number of instances, sir, about that period, that transition period, when there is a change in the constitution of the trust. So this is one of the reasons why we have made this recommendation. E te mana whakawā, I want to thank the Wīpere Trust Board members and those beneficiaries who contributed to the Select Committee process. The Trust, as we know, is a long-standing and very successful Māori enterprise. And the good thing about this Trust is that it is a trust that is all about regional development in that area, sir. Even though this bill is small and only has a direct effect on a small number of people, it is right that we should be debating these changes which will make the Trust Board more accountable, allow it to adopt its own rules for its management, and remove the current ministerial involvement from the governance of the Trust. Mr. Speaker, on that note, I commend this bill to the House. Kia ora.
Adrian.